IELTS is your problem, or you are having difficulty to obtain a bannable score to apply for the UK visa, then you want to watch this video to the end. In today's video, I would be showing you a more simpler and easier pathway to the UK without the need of IELTS. That is, IELTS is scrapped. You don't need IELTS whatsoever to move to the UK through this pathway. This is such a very amazing opportunity and a very good news for a lot of you out there, because I know most people are finding it quite difficult in getting a score, a good score in IELTS. Truth be told, writing the IELTS is not easy. It's not easy to write the IELTS. Reason why I have made research on other pathway through the UK that you do not need any IELTS before you can apply for that visa, or before you can get a job under that pathway, under that visa type to UK. If this video interests you, then keep on watching. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for always returning back to watch my videos. I really appreciate all your love, your support thus far. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, you are highly welcome. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Clara Joseph, and in this channel I post videos about how you could move abroad easily, successfully, and most importantly, all for free. So my goal is about looking for various pathways abroad, be it to the UK, Australia, Canada, whatsoever, that you can move with your family without a penny. So I would encourage you to hit the subscribe button and be part of the family. And please do not forget to give this video a very big fat like. And as you do so, may God bless you. The pathway to UK I would be discussing today is called the seasonal worker visa. Yes, I know a lot of you must have come across it. It's no longer news or foreign to some of you. I have discussed about this pathway, about this visa type in most of my videos, but also I've come to realize that we have new people in this family, and most people are just getting to know how to move to UK, are just getting to know that they can move to UK through job offer. I also recently made a collaboration with one of my colleagues called Fajira, and I noticed from the comments in that video that most people really and honestly do not know about this pathway to the UK. Then I said, why not sit down here again, introduce this visa type all over again, explain it more broader and more simpler to those my audience watching me or coming across my channel for the first time, or coming across the seasonal worker visa for the first time. Now, what is the seasonal worker visa? Put simply, this is a visa that is given in a particular season. Now, all through the year, we have various seasons. We have the winter, summer, and a lot more. With this seasonal worker visa, you can only obtain a job offer in a certain period of time during each year. The seasonal work visa is also called the Tier 5 visa, and this is being divided in two parts. That is the horticulture and the poetry. Now, this simply states that you can get two different jobs, the horticulture and the poetry, under the seasonal worker visa, otherwise known as the Tier 5 visa. So, for the horticulture, you can apply to get a job, and you can apply for a visa at any period of time during the year. But for the poetry, you can apply only in a certain period of time during the year. That is, if you're looking to move to the UK with the seasonal worker visa to do a poetry job, or to work in a poetry farm, or you get a company who is willing to sponsor you into the UK to work in a poetry organization or so, then you can only apply for its visa during the 31st of October to December. So this is why I said it is divided into two parts, and you can get job only in a particular period of time. So put simply, the poetry simply means you coming into the UK to work on the farm where they rear like chickens and so picking eggs and a lot more. Why the horticulture, as the name states, is simply to work in an agriculture setting. That is, you're coming in to pick seed, plant it, pick flowers, and a lot more, do vegetations and a lot more. So my agenda for today is to let you guys know the eligibility of moving to the UK as a seasonal worker, and also the documents needed, what you can do, what you cannot do under this visa type. Can you switch your visa? Can you move to the UK with your family through this visa type? So I'm going to be starting with the document. The document needed for this visa type is number one, your COS, which is the electronic means which foreign migrant could use to apply for visas. Now, the COS simply states you need a job offer. So for this pathway to the UK, you need a company that is willing to give you the COS to move down to the UK. But however, from my research, I've come to understand that with this pathway to the UK, you easily get it. This is because it is not competitive. No person, like very few person, are looking into this pathway to the UK, into the seasonal worker pathway to the UK. Another document that you need is your valid international passport, which is a must. Come to think of it, what is it applying for visas without your international passport? You also need national identity. You need your passport photograph. So those are just the document needed. It's not a lot. They're not asking you to go and look for work history, to bring your education history, or a lot more. Reason why I said this visa type is so easy to get, it's less competitive, because people are not really focused in that, and the requirement, as you can see, it's not so much. Okay, once you have your international passport, once you have the COS, you are ready to go. Note, any company that is willing to give you a job offer, or before you can apply for a visa, after your company gives you a job offer, those company must meet the salary threshold. What does this mean? That is, the company must be willing to pay you the minimum wages stated on the UK government website itself, that is for foreign workers coming into the UK as a seasonal worker. The eligibility for this visa type is that you must be 18 and above. So with this visa type to the UK, this visa pathway to the UK, there is no age limit. That is, you can be 18 to 65 to 77 and you can still get a sponsor that is willing to move you down to the UK, provided you are able, you are strong and fit to do the job. And also, guys, you might be saying, Clara, oh, working on the farm is quite hard. Guys, working on the farm in the UK and working on the farm in Africa is quite different. This is because they use a lot of infrastructures here. They use a lot of machineries here in doing their job. I'm not saying it's an easy breezy job, but it's quite easier compared to what we experience back at home. Another question most of you would be asking is, Clara, does this visa require us to show any proof of fund? With this pathway to the UK, there is proof of fund, which is £1,000 270. However, from my research and doing this and talking to people, various recruiters, I have come to realize that most companies, most organizations are willing to cover up the proof of fund for you. So it's only very few ones who would ask you to go and show the proof of fund yourself. So when you are applying for this job, you should state it in your application. When you go and send yourself in their email, letting them know you will require a proof of funds to be shown for you. So the company would be the one to cover the cost and take off the burden from your shoulder. So what you cannot do on this visa type to the UK, you cannot switch your visa. You cannot bring your family. I am sorry. You cannot switch to a second job. That is, you cannot do a second job outside of the work permit you were given. What does this mean? That is, if you are given a work visa to come into the UK to do the horticulture job or to work on the poultry, you cannot take any other job outside of it. That is, you cannot come into the UK through this pathway and start saying or thinking you can work as a healthcare assistant in your second job. With this pathway or visa type to the UK, you cannot apply for public fund. So you are restricted to things you can do with this pathway to the UK. However, there are benefits attached to this. And like I always say, you never know until you give it a try. Sometimes you need to explore other options before you say, okay, I've given up on moving to the UK. Most of you think it's just the care visa and care visa and care visa. So with this pathway to the UK, the benefit attached is that you can come into the UK to work and live for at least a year, the minimum at least a year. Some even companies even give you like a work permit, and so for a year and a half, a year 6 months, you can stay in the UK. Some are restricted to just 6 months. It depends on the company's choices entirely and the contract that is being given to you. With this pathway to the UK, you get paid. So this is not a volunteer visa. You're not coming into the UK to do a free job. You get paid working on the farm, working in the poultry, and the rest. You get paid. So it's an advantage and opportunity for you to come into the UK, do this job for a certain period of time, like it states, maybe a year, maybe 6 months or a year and a half, gather up the money, save the money, go back home, establish yourself, or even use that same money to return back to the UK on a more visa type or visa category that could give you a longer stay. So this is a very good opportunity to come into the UK, as a means of hustling. And also from my research, most employers are willing to give you accommodation. Yes, I say that with full confidence, that most employers are willing to give you accommodation. This is because they know that you are coming in on a restricted visa type and the pay is not really so buoyant. So some of them go the extra miles by giving you a shared accommodation, like an hostel where you stay with other people, or some provide you with backpacks. If you don't know what backpack is, you can go to Google and browse that out. So it's just like an accommodation, like a tent. Okay, so guys, if this pathway is for you, or if you've been considering moving to the UK, you've tried all options, you've been trying the care visa for years, you've been doing a lot, you've tried the skilled worker visa and a lot more, why not consider this pathway to the UK? It just might be for you. And with this pathway to the UK, male or female can apply. So there's no limitation to the gender that could apply for this pathway. If you're a male, if you're a female, you can apply for this visa type to the UK. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you need any further explanation, you can leave a question in the comment section. I would always be willing to reply to those questions. Also, if you need a personalized assistant, that is maybe everything I've said here today, you are still finding it quite difficult to grasp, then you can book a one-on-one session with me where we sit and talk for an hour with tea, yes, sipping and drinking tea, and I explain everything to you in more details. I tell you the best opportunity for you. I show you how to go about it and a lot more. If you also need a well-written standard CV, which is very paramount in your job application, then you can book my services where I construct a CV for you that enables you to get a job as soon as possible. Guys, this is the end of today's video. Please do not forget to give this video a very big fat like, and as you do so, may God bless you. See you in my next one. For now, goodbye. Bye-bye.